So let's all just take a moment to get, oh, thank you, Cynthia. To get organized in our seat. So we feel like we're on top of our sit bones the best we can be, and just look down at your feet and make sure that they are, if you can, rearrange them so that the toes are even and you feel like they're as flat as they can be. So if you're not in a wheelchair, then you can organize yourself that way. And we'll just take a few breaths here, get ourselves here after your busy day and your, for us, hot day. So let's, you can close your eyes if you want. Let's just take a big deep breath and then just let it all out. And as you inhale through the nose, you're going to think about just filling the whole lung cavity and thoracic cavity, belly if you can, and exhale everything out. And you can actually do a big sigh as you exhale if you want. And sometimes that just really helps us relax a little bit more. So just play with sound a little bit. I really encourage you to do that. So let's just do a few breaths together. One more breath. And then a little more mindfully, we'll take a deep breath, and then we're going to pause and hold that breath. And then we'll take try and take another breath, just another tiny breath, and then another tiny breath. Okay, so I'll guide you guys through that. We're going to inhale, a deep inhale, filling up your lung cavity. Pause, hold that. Then see if you can take a little bit more. Inhale in. Pause, hold that. Now see if you can take another inhale in. Pause, hold that. One more time. And then exhale everything out. Hold that. Don't inhale again. And then exhale even more out. See if you can wring your lungs out, draw your ribs together. And if you can, exhale more out. And then take a couple normal breaths. So this should be hard. It should be challenging to do. And so if it's not, then see if you can push the inhale maybe a tiny bit more and push the exhale. See if you can get a little bit more air out. And notice how that exhale really can pull us into our core. If you want to use your hands on the exhale to really kind of wrap and squeeze the rib cage together to help get a little bit more out, especially if you don't have that core, those core muscles, you can use your hands to help simulate that. So we'll inhale again, one deep inhale, hold, then inhale a little bit more, sipping a little bit air, maybe bringing it underneath the collarbones, and a little bit more. Pause, hold that, and then we'll exhale everything out. And then if you want to use your hands here, exhale a little more. And exhale a little more. Got it all out? Awesome. All right, let's go ahead now and just do some little head nods the best we can. So as we do our head nods, we're going to think about bringing the head back on top of the spine and stretching the crown of the head towards the ceiling. And it's just a little nodding yes as you do that. We call it a head nod, but it's really a movement of the head backwards onto the spine and upwards. Kind of end up giving yourself maybe a little double chin there. Nod. and feel, see if you can feel some lengthening in the back of the neck, maybe from, might be just from the neck up, from the neck up into the base of the skull, but maybe you can even find some lengthening from in between the shoulder blades as you nod and nod. And then let's go ahead, find that head nod position, and then we'll just drop right ear to right shoulder. And then back to center. Find that head nod position again. And we'll drop left ear to left shoulder. And back to center. And everybody's gonna have a different range of movement. I'm super tight in my neck, so you're not gonna, you don't see my neck, my head move a whole lot, but you guys have more. Let's add our arm to it. So this time let's bring the right arm up and over towards the left ear and find that head nod position. And then we can right ear to right shoulder, but the right arm, the weight of that right arm gives it a little more tension. You can reach the left hand towards the floor if you're able to. And then just release up on that head so your head comes up right, and then shrug the left shoulder up to the ear. And then release it back down. Yeah. And then we'll release it up and shrug that shoulder blade up. And then right ear to right shoulder again. And we can even stay here in this side bend position and just slide the shoulder blade up and down. We can inhale up and exhale, drop down. Nice, and then let's release. And good, good. Bringing that left hand now up and over towards the ear. Side bending. Nice. And then we'll release the head up. Draw the right ear to right shoulder. Good. And then drawing it down. Reach the hand towards the floor if you're able. Good. Bring the head upright and right ear to right shoulder blade, right ear. And then draw that shoulder blade down again. And then we'll keep our head in the side bend and do a couple little shrugs up with the shoulder blade up. Inhale up and exhale, drop it down. Inhale up, exhale, drop it down. One more up. Nice. All right, let's just do a little, another little side bend here. And then we're gonna, so right ear to right shoulder, and then we're gonna look kind of up and over the left shoulder, kind of behind you, and adjust that hand so you just find the stretch. You're gonna find the stretch now in a little different place. It's a little different place. Nice, and you can release it, and then you're gonna look into still right ear to right shoulder, and then look towards the, like you're looking towards the left armpit. So now you can pull the head kind of from the back of the skull a little bit more, perhaps. You feel it more in the back of the neck, and then release. Nice. Okay, one more time on this other side. So left ear to left shoulder, and then we'll turn and look up and behind us. Look, it's in a different spot, kind of more in the front side, maybe more scalenes, if you know those, if you're familiar with those muscles. And then we'll release that. And then side bend, look down towards that right armpit. And more towards the back of the neck. And we'll release that. Awesome. So why don't you just do a couple little kind of big head nods, just to kind of do a little different movement here. And then you can turn and look over the shoulder a few times, just sort of at your own pace, so it feels natural and easy to you. Beauteous. Okay, come back to center. Let's do one more little fun head and neck exercise. And this time, really think about trying to move from the very top of the spine where it comes into the skull. We'll just do some little tiny circles with the end of the nose you can think of. So find your head nod position first, then drop the chin a little and just make them small to begin with. We'll just do 3 or so. Drawing those circles, letting your eyes move in that circle also, then make it a little bigger. And just enjoy that circle. Nice. And then go ahead and pause. And then we'll do your little tiny circles in the opposite direction. Whichever direction that is for you. Enjoy the movement, trying to move from as high up in the spine as we can, and then make them a little bit bigger. And you'll move with more muscles, you'll stretch. See more muscles, good, and coming back to center after you've got about 3 there. Lovely, all right, let's do some big shoulder rolls now. So you can roll forward, up, back, and down. And we'll inhale as we come up and exhale, drop back and down. And then let's roll the other way. So squeeze back and up, and then forward and around and back and up, forward and around. And overemphasize these as much as you can. Get those guys moving. Feel those shoulder blades really move around. Nice, Doreen. Love it. Those are beautiful. Good. And now let's go ahead and do singles. So let's do our right shoulder, kind of squeeze it back, down, and around. Up, back, down, and around. And feel how as you move that blade, the arm moves. So we feel how the arm is connected to the back. And let's go the other way. And again, just see if you can find a rhythm with your breath and the movement. I like to inhale as I bring it forward. You can go over to the other side. So inhale forward up, exhale back and down. And we'll go the other way. Maybe notice if you have any crunchies or just difficulty moving. And again, totally overemphasize the movement as much as you can. And see if you can think of maybe moving from your back more, Marty. I'm curious. Yeah, I'd love to see you kind of get a little bit more. Let's get some rib cage movement going in it, you guys. Okay, so let your ribs maybe come with. Does that make sense? Okay, so yeah, just feel how, yeah, that looks better. And you know, the more it moves, the better it will probably feel. So play around with it in there. Nice, Leslie. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and we're gonna do kind of more shoulder circle-y stuff here, but with our hands on our elbows. I'm sorry, our hands on our shoulders. And let's squeeze the elbows together to start with, and then exhale, just squeeze apart. So we'll inhale as we come together. Feel the shoulder blades really pull away from the spine, and then exhale, squeeze them into the spine. Okay, this time we're gonna come here together, and then we're gonna reach up to the sky. And then we're gonna reach out to the side walls, and then draw them down towards the floor, and then back up. Point them towards me. Good, and then up toward the ceiling and around. So you can move in a nice rhythm that works for you. These are just really, they're a great thing to do if you're a hand cycler. Let's reverse these. So we'll take it backwards, out, up. If you're a hand cycler, or if you ride a racing wheelchair, or even just pushing your wheelchair, these are just nice to do before we do much of anything. They're a good thing to do every morning. Okay, go ahead and just shake out those arms now. Shake it out just to kind of get a different movement in there. Nice, Cynthia. Shake it out. Cool. And we'll come on back to center, and we'll find that place where our shoulder blades are backing down. So Roman, feel your palms roll up towards the sky, towards the ceiling. Okay, and we're gonna inhale, sweep the arms up towards just the letter Y. I like to start with the letter Y, and then exhale, press down. So big inhale, up, lifting the chest. Exhale, press down, shoulder blades press down. And remember, we're pressing through kind of solid space, or as if maybe you're moving through water. And I say just go to the Y position, because then we can keep this width across our collarbones, and we can keep the shoulder blades out of the ears a little easier. So let's play with the breath now. We're going to inhale halfway up, and then inhale another inhale breath, and then exhale down and exhale down. So you're inhaling half of your lung volume, and then inhaling the other half. Exhale half, exhale the other half. So it's now let's do on threes. Okay, we're going to inhale for 1, 2, 3, down, 2, 3, up, 2, 3, down, 2, 3. So this should start to feel, as you inhale, like you're really like pushing that lung volume, right? Okay, so let's do 2 more. So all the air out. All the air out. Awesome. Good job, gals. All right, let's bring our hands now. Our elbows at a right angle, and our hands are facing up towards the ceiling. And let those shoulders just release down. Think about being as wide as you can across the collarbones. Okay, wide. A teacher that I took a lesson from with once, she was really funny actually, but she would say, if I could, I would name my studio Big and Wide Pilates. And she's like, but no one would probably come. But we want to find as much space in our body. And so that's where the big and wide comes from. So think wide across the chest, and we're going to squeeze the elbows into our waistline and just pull the hands apart as if we're pulling them against resistance. Feel again, the mid-back muscles, and then control coming back to center. So as if we're pulling against resistance. Shoulder blades are going to rotate back and down, aiming them towards your back hip pockets, and feel this, the upper arm bone is rotating. So it's that external rotation, and we call these just door openers. We're opening the door, our arm is that door. Let's just change our hand position. So palms face each other, and we'll press out, shoulder blades down. Good. And press out. Remember, you're pressing against resistance. Think of pressing against resistance that's difficult, but you can still keep that position of your arm. Last one here. And then we're going to flip our palms down. Same thing, opening the doors. And see if you can make this a flat surface from elbow to fingertip. Opening the doors. Opening the doors. 2 more, opening the doors. And opening the doors. Great. Let's just do some wrist circles here. Wrist circle. And I like to really think of leading with the pinky and kind of all the, as best you can, right? Use your fingers as if they're, go the other way, as if your fingers are kind of scraping through a bowl that has icing in it. You want to get every last bit. Okay. All right, let's go ahead now and bring the arms to the side. Again, think big and wide Pilates, wide across the chest, lifting that heart. And we're just going to do a few lifting the chest and looking up, but really think about lifting your back body. So your thoracic spine, maybe right above your bra line or right in between your kind of your shoulder blades. You're going to think of lifting kind of up, you're up and over like that bone, that vertebrae that's right about T4, T5. Imagine you could lift that up and over and do a little back bend. We're going to back bend back and look up. And then we're going to come to kind of just that straight spine again. And then you can sort of just slide forward and around and look into the belly. So it's basically similar to a cat-cow, okay? But I'm kind of refining that extension a little bit more. And then come back to that center position. So think tall first, think straight spine, and then do that little looking up with the heart and trying to do a little back bend there. And then coming back to center, and then cat-cow. So belly button to spine as best you can. Think about softening the ribs back, hollow the belly as best you can. And then back to that straight spine and lifting that heart towards the sky, looking up. Letting the arms just release out to the side even if you can. And then coming back to center, hands can slide along the thighs, pull the belly in, pull the belly back towards the seat back. And then looking up this one last time. Looking up, finding that heart, reaching towards the heavens, and then back to center. Straight ahead. All right, let's go ahead now and do a little side bend action. So let's I'm gonna mirror you guys so I don't confuse you. Okay, so shoulder blades back and down. Stabilize with the left shoulder. And you can rest your left hand on your chair wheel or side of the chair there. Reaching up to the sky. Let's really reach and touch. Reach and touch that sky. And then we're going to side bend the spine over. Good. And reach as far as you can with that top hand. Reaching. That looks great. Breathe into this right side body. Take a breath and make it wide. And then exhale, pull the ribs in and you can bring yourself back. Okay. So as we go up and over to the other side, same thing. Stabilize your right. Let's reach the left up. Touch the sky. Try and get as long as possible there. That's beautiful, you guys. And side bend over. Keeping as if you're inside of a toaster slot. So you don't want that shoulder to get burned. Now breathing into that left side body, that left rib cage. See if you can expand the left rib cage. And then exhaling, bringing it back. So let's do that again. Right arm up, side bending to your left. Think of lifting that left waistline up away from the floor, pulling the belly button in. Good. We're going to now inhale, reach that hand further away than you think you can. And then exhale, pull the elbow towards the waist, and again, reach. So you can think of you're reaching, and then you're gonna pick an apple and you're gonna pull that apple down. And then you're gonna reach. And exhale, pull it down. And as I'm gonna let you guys continue there, but the side that you are stabilizing on, the tendency is to kind of let that shoulder blade come up. So really push down into that elbow. Nice, Marty, so that the shoulder blade is stabilized down. One more, reach and pull down. Reach up and press ourselves back up to sitting. Awesome. So does that make sense when on that stabilizing arm? You don't want to kind of depend on sinking into that shoulder. You want to push up out of it. So we'll reach that left arm up again. Reach to the sky and over. So making sure that that left shoulder stays back towards the seat back. So rotate. And I tend to do it a little bit on this side. I rotate forward. So see if you can pull that arm back. Good. And then we're going to reach and pull that apple down. Inhale, reach and pull that apple down. And reach and pull it down. Good. And making sure you're stable on this side, shoulder blade out of the ear. Reach and pull. Marty, I'm going to see if you can, with your heart, see if you can look towards your left. Just with your chest. Yeah. And I'm curious. Yeah, there you go. And now reach. Oh, good. That's different, huh? Does that feel different? Reach and pull and reach and come up to sitting. Okay. Nice. So let's go ahead now and bring our hands. We're going to bring our right hand just into like a little half W, or it's kind of like you're starting to raise your hand actually, right? Okay, but we're gonna do just a little cross body stuff. So we're gonna imagine we're pressing against a heavy weight. We're gonna press that weight just across the chest and to the other side of the room. And then you're gonna kind of control it back. So, and you can twist. If you're able to twist with your rib cage, then go for it. Twist and look towards that opposite side of the room. Right? So you're going to look at the hand and come back. Look at the hand. Look at the hand. Good. Get as much twist. And I use my my opposite hand to kind of facilitate a little bit of rotation in there. So just trying to get the rib cage around. Let's fully exhale as we twist. Fully exhale as we twist. Pulling the belly in, pulling the ribs in. And one more. Okay, switching arms. We're going to press that left hand again across the chest and over to the other side of the room. And back. And again, let's look at that hand. Look at that hand. Good for our brain. Might as well feed our brain a little bit. Press. And fully exhale. Fully exhale. I'm going to watch you guys here. I want to check you all out. Good. You guys look like you're getting some good movement. Nice. Let's do two more. Okay, now we're going to switch hands and we're just going to do it moving it towards an upward angle. Okay, still looking at the hand. So reach up and twist and really reach as far as you can. So you can get a little forward lean there. That's totally fine. And then rotate back and reach and rotate back. I'm going to mix up your breath here a little bit. Let's inhale as we push it. Exhale as you pull it back. Inhale. Exhale as you pull it back. Strong arm pushing that heavy weight away. Let's do one more up and pull it back down. Switching our hands. Good. And press up at that angle. Twist the rib cage if you can. Kind of turning the heart towards the hand, towards that upper corner of the room. Good. I'm watching you guys. Good. Beauteous. Let's do 2 more. Great. Okay, let's bring both arms into our little kind of stick them up position, or it's really like a W shape, but I like to say stick them up. Okay, and I don't know, is that PC? Maybe it's not. I never claim to be PC. Okay, we're gonna inhale and press up and away here, and then exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. Inhale, up and away, and squeeze the shoulder blades down and back. And again, I like to kind of go out into a little bit of a wider, not totally in close, so that we can really maintain our open chest, right? So inhale, kind of out and up and away. Inhale. Squeeze those shoulder blades and good. Next, last one. Great. Okay, let's go ahead and do a little just hand work here, just to give the shoulder blade muscles a little break. And of course, we never really give them a break, right? When we're sitting up, but think about still plugging the arm bones into the shoulder, into the back. And I'm gonna do, I'd like to kind of suggest you guys to have your hands reaching down at about a 45-degree angle away from your body to start with. But I'm gonna have my hands out so that I can do a little close up on my hands so that you can just see my hands better. I know we've done this a few times, but it's just nice to see. Can you guys see my hand? Maybe it's better if we go over here. All right. I'm gonna get in front of the white background a little bit more. Okay, you can't see my face, but you can see my hand. Okay, so palms are forward and really extend those fingertips. Have your hands again, start with them reaching down because that's the easiest point. And we're gonna inhale, extend, and then exhale, reach the pinky towards the palm, drag it across, and then reach. Good, and then the ring finger, press hard and drag it. If you can't do it, imagine what it feels like to do it. Imagine doing it. And then the middle finger, press and drag it and reach, extend those fingers. And then the ring finger, press and drag. And now the thumb, press it hard and drag it. And now let's just go to the thumb again, press and drag. And now we'll go to the index, press and drag. And the middle, press and drag. And ring and pinky. Can you do one more little set? Pinky, ring, middle, keeping the arm bones plugged in. Thumb, thumb again, then index, keeping those shoulder blades drawn down and back. Don't let them creep up. Pinky, or actually now we're at pinky. Oh, good. And release. So if you guys would like to do another set of those, you can either, I'd like to do another set of those. You can either stay down here or you can bring your arms up higher into the letter T position, which is basically where I was. So we're gonna try that. And if that feels like you can't do that, then just stay down here. You can also do them right here in at your waistline, okay? Maybe I'll do them right here with those of you who wanna do them here. So if you do them here, you're really gonna keep those elbows hugged into the waist, and it kind of helps you keep your shoulders open more. So pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb, thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky. One more time, pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb. And then one more time, thumb back, index, middle, ring, and pinky. Awesome. It's harder than it looks. I think it is. Let's try another hand exercise. So we'll do it one hand at a time here. And sorry, just wanted to change my view here a little bit. So we are going to imagine we have a ball, maybe the size of a lacrosse ball or a racquetball ball. We're going to imagine we have a ball in our hand here, and we're going to just reach our pinky finger and our thumb around that ball and try. And so we're actually really trying to stretch the out part of the hand there. So we're going to reach, touch, and then you can release it. And then of course we'll go and do the same with the pinky finger. So kind of lengthen through the fingers and reach around that imaginary ball, touch. You can kind of press and then release and open. And then the next finger, the middle finger, wrap around that ball. And I have, you know, some of us will have an easier time with that than others. And again, if this is something that you can't physically do, imagine what it feels like. Good. And then release. Let's go over to the other hand and we'll do the same thing. Let's get a little better. Good. So reaching the pinky around that imaginary ball. Sometimes I'll just kind of create a little, kind of push my other fingers into the hand to kind of remind it. Good. Reach around. Good. Reach around, press. Contact. Good. Middle finger, reach around, press, contact, and then index finger. Nice. And let's do one more on each side quickly. Okay, a little more quickly. So just reach. Good. Reach and reach and reach and other hand and reach and reach and reach and reach. Fun. So those hand exercises are, I think, really powerful for us wheelchair users. Whether you can do it or not, like I said, use your imagination. All right, let's see. Why don't we just finish up with some nice, big, relaxing movements. We're just going to swing the arms up and then let them drop down. Let all the energy drop out. And use your breath. Right, as you let all that energy out, let your air out. And if you're comfortable, you can do a little side to side movement. Let your head go. Nice. And just for fun, let's just do some fun, crazy octopus arms. I stole this little, so kind of reaching out, reaching away, but still moving the arms from the back, okay? Even from the back. I stole that little phrase from, I started taking this drum class during COVID. It's called Rhythm Bliss. And she's a really fun teacher. So there's a little plug for her, but I stole that from her. So I had to share that. I had to tell you where I got it from. But why don't we finish right there?